Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Cindy's Cooking and everything in between. If you're new here, welcome. Today I have a delicious dinner recipe for you guys. Listen, next time don't know what to cook for dinner, make this. It's super easy, and let's say if you're on a diet, you're trying to lose weight, you could just eat the beans and feed your kids the rice. Or if you don't have any kids like me, you by yourself chilling, just eat all of it, or just eat the rice like I did. One day I ate the beans only, and the next day I ate the rice with the salmon and all. But anyways, let me show you this dinner. So it's super easy, super simple and quick. I will show you how I did it. So first we start off by scaling our fish because they didn't do it at the market. I should ask them to, but they didn't do it. So I took in my fish, I scale it, and then remove the scales, and then rinse it with lime juice and vinegar, and then I'm gonna season it with Epis. Of course, I will link a description box to check it out if you need a recipe, and some jerk marinade. This is supposed to be jerk salmon, like the American version. I say that because of the seasoning the marinade, the jerk marinade that I'm using. So, but I will list all the ingredients in the description box below to check it out, all the seasoning that I use, and I will also have the links to my Amazon storefront if you want to get them. So I use Old Bay, of course, and some dry jerk seasoning to give it some flavor, and of course some chicken bouillon. You can skip that if you want to; it's all up to you. And then go ahead and marinate with also added a little bit of browning, and then marinate that and let it sit a little bit. If you can leave it for 4 hours at least, do it. But I didn't leave mine for long because we had that time. But it's best when you leave it for long. Yeah, it's good when you let it marinate for overnight or at least 4 hours. The flavor gets into the fish and it's really good. So I'm gonna show you how I make my rice in the rice cooker. You don't have to do that. You can go to your traditional way. But this cooker right here, the dream cooker from our place, I will leave the link for you if you wanna check it out. Is amazing. Okay, so it's like cooking the rice on the stove like the same way. So I'm using that because it actually saves time and I don't have to think about the rice. So I go ahead and I sauteed my scallion and garlic, and then I added my salt, and then rice, stir it, cover, and let it cook. Forget about it, and then that's it. I cooked mine on slow cook. So if you want this cooker, check out the link. This cooker is amazing. I absolutely love it. And if you want to get it too, I'll leave the link for you, like I said before. And by the way, while the rice is cooking, why don't you subscribe? Go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you can get more amazing dinner recipes. Anyway, so these are the vegetables that I'm gonna be using for my beans soup. I don't know if I should call it a soup or a stew because it feels more like a stew. With whatever you wanna call it, it doesn't matter. And this knife, if you're interested in this knife, also we'll leave the link. So like I said, these are the vegetables I'm using: green bell pepper, red bell pepper, and orange. You can see that if you want. Carrots, onion, garlic, scallion, celery, kale. Yeah, these are what I'm using. And then you'll need some fresh herbs like parsley and thyme, and then some dried bay leaves because I love bay leaves in soup and everything I make, to be honest. But these are the vegetables, so go ahead and let's get ready. If you don't like, let's say you don't like kales, you can use spinach. And if you don't like spinach, you can use collard green. And if you don't like collard green, then I don't know. Actually, that's collard green, not kale. I just realized that. I'm sorry. But y'all knew it was kale though. So go ahead and chop up your kales very thinly. I wanted it to have that little, noodle shape. So that's why I roll it and then chop it up like that. You don't have to chop it up like that if you don't want to. I just liked it that way. It doesn't really matter how you cut it up. But this is it for the vegetable. Like I said, this dish is super healthy and so delicious, so delicious. Dice your vegetables and of course the squash. Make sure it is Kabocha squash because it's so much better, you guys. These are the vegetables, like I said, and look at my kale. I love the kale. I love this dish so much, you guys. You have to try it and let me know. But you gotta subscribe so you can get amazing meals like this, okay? So let's go ahead and start with making our beans. So in your pan, hot skillet, add some olive oil, and then I thought my camera was on, but it wasn't. So I added my scallion and my garlic. I let it sauteed for a couple minutes to get that little brownish color, and then I went on and added my vegetables like my carrots, the onion, the bell peppers. So yeah, do that too, and then stir. So while these are sauteing, make sure you are cooking this on medium high heat. Saute the vegetables for a few minutes, 1 to 2 minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and add the squash, the kabocha squash. Kabocha squash. I promise you, this will be better. Do not use any other squash. That is kabocha squash. If you have to go out of state to get it, do that. Anyway, we're adding some cloves because why not? Cloves make your meal so much tastier. And if you're not using cloves to your meal, go ahead and start doing that. You can use the ground or you can ground it yourself if you don't like to buy, you know, taste it in your food. You can do that. But I like to just add my hand anyway. So for seasoning, we're using a little bit of chicken bouillon from Knorr. It's oregano and of course some Creole seasoning. Throw it on there and some adobo. This one is one of my favorites to use from Loisa. I love it. It's on my Amazon shop one if you'd like to pick it up. Because I still have the Goya adobo, but I've been using this one because I like it so much better. It's clean, it's tasty. It's like things that you have in your pantry. You can actually make it yourself if you want to make your own adobo. So I added my freshly grounded black pepper. You can use whatever you like, but you guys know it makes such a big difference to use fresh stuff, to ground your own pepper. So go ahead and cover and let it steam for 5 to 7 minutes. Once it's steamed, because you want your vegetables to be cooked, and after it's steamed for that 5 minutes, go ahead and uncover it, and we're gonna add the kale. Once you add your kale, I'm sorry, I keep saying kale, your collard greens, and then add the fresh herbs, parsley and thyme, and then we're gonna cover it again and let the kale cook for a few minutes. Because the kales take a little bit longer to cook. So cover it, let it cook for about 5 more minutes. Also add your bay leaves and cover. So 5 minutes has passed and you open it and you see the kales are cooked. We're gonna go ahead and add the beans. I did not drain it because I, wanted the liquid, but you're welcome to drain it and just use stock or water. But for this recipe, I am using vegetable stock instead of just plain water. This, as you see, I didn't go too heavy on the seasoning. So I added a little bit of chicken bouillon, not too much, just a little salt to taste, and some adobo. The adobo that I use is salt free, and the Creole seasoning is also not too bad. So this is why because I'm using vegetable broth instead of just plain water. But you're welcome to do differently or do what I just did if you are nasty. Like I said, this soup, stew, whatever you want to call it, it's like a nice warm hug from someone you really, really love or someone you really missed. You can eat it by itself like that, or you can eat it with rice, which I did. I loved it. It was amazing. Anyways, taste it, and then if you feel like you need something else, go ahead and add whatever you feel like it needs. I add a little bit of more salt to mine because I felt like it needed that little, to make it and then this is it, you guys. You see the rice, the beans, it doesn't take long. I use canned beans. You can use dry beans if you want. If you have a cooker, a pressure cooker, feel free to use dry beans because the dry beans will take a long time. And for this dish, I wanted to show you guys something quick and easy that actually is delicious. So I used the canned beans and they were amazing. So but feel free to do what you like. So for the salmon, it was a total mess. I'm kind of embarrassed to even show you guys how I made it. Um, my cast iron wasn't seasoned properly, so it was sticking. I like to cook my salmon with the skin on because it's tastier, extra fat, and I like fat. So not on me, but in my mouth. If you know what I mean, right? Okay, so I just grilled my salmon on my cast iron grill, and yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. The skin came off, and it's so embarrassing. Just use a regular skillet, honestly. Or if you're somewhere warm or you somewhere you can actually use a grill at your house, go ahead and grill that on a charcoal grill, okay? But if you don't, use a skillet and don't try to be like me. But this is the salmon. It took just, go ahead and like sear it on the pan or whatever, and then you're done. And let me show you the rice from the rice cooker, from the pressure cooker. See how good it came out? It came out so good, as if you did it on the stove. So you see how it is? You would never know that I actually did it in the cooker if I didn't tell you, if I didn't show you, right? So get yourself a cooker for your beans and your rice to make your life easier. And this is it, you guys. Such an easy meal, right? Let me know in the description, in the comments, if you're gonna be making this dish and how you're gonna eat it. If you're gonna eat the beans by itself or if you're gonna eat it with rice. If you like this meal, hit the subscribe button because I have a lot more coming up and I think you're going to love them as well. Like I said, you can eat it by itself or with the rice, and let me tell you, with the rice, honey, it's so good. It's so good. I loved it so much. Yeah, I hope you guys give this recipe a try. If you liked it, give this video a thumbs up, share it with someone or a lot of people. And if you didn't like it, still hit the like button. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out the description box for the links. Thank you. See you in the next one.